What's up, everyone? This is Scratch, and I've got a quick video here for you. Well, probably not quick. I'm not even sure how long it's going to take, but I'll explain that in a second. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to talk about a hot topic of today, and that is a factory reset. People have been publishing the known issues in the preview update for the new Xbox One. They include a whole bunch of things like you maybe can't launch the Taken King sometimes, which is huge for people, and there's a lot of people who opted in, and then they're feeling trapped because they're like, well, now if I opt out, I have to factory reset my console, or if something happens to my console in the preview, the solution might be to factory reset. So I just want to I'll talk about all that other stuff in another video, but for this video, I just want to talk about factory reset. And I figured the best way to talk about a factory reset is to actually do one. So I've actually had to do a number of these at least twice. And of course, I expect it. I understand, with where I'm at with one of my consoles that in being in the preview that I'm going to run into these things from time to time. So I think I have a pretty good strategy to kind of mitigate some of that, and I want to share that with you guys today. So we're just going to do it. I mean, what better way to talk about it than be about it? So we're going to do it. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of explain the process procedure. I'm going to explain a little bit about how live works, because I don't think a lot of you completely understand that, just based on my comments. I know a lot of you do. But I have I have a really popular video about recovering your profile on the Xbox 360, and when people delete their profile, they're convinced that I've ruined their life, and that all of their games are gone, and they have to rebuy everything and stuff, and all that stuff is just not true. So we're going to talk about it. So the first thing I have here, we're just going to jump over to My Games and Apps, and I'm going to talk about storage, because this is probably the number one thing you can do. So if you look under here on the storage device, I have internal and I have backlog. Backlog is the name of my 2 or 4 terabyte hard drive. I'm not sure how big it is actually. I think it's 4 terabytes. But I have a lot of games, but you wouldn't need necessarily one that big, but I have both. So everything that's on internal during a factory reset, so all this stuff right here, will be gone. But everything that's in backlog, which is right here, whoops, I went to apps. Okay, so everything that's in backlog, and you have to bear with me because I'm not going to edit this because I want it to be as real as possible. So everything that's in backlog is what's in my external hard drive. All of this stuff is staying. When I factory reset and my box gets wiped completely and I boot it back up and set everything back up and plug in the hard drive, all these games are right back here again. So if I did not want to lose the stuff that's on internal, like right here, if I did not want to lose that, I could, for example, go over here to Air Mech Arena. Actually, let's do Draw Stickman because I'm not sure if I have that. So we'll go to Manage Game, and I'm going to move all. So that's going to about to move one thing from internal to the backlog. So I'm going to move that. It's only 412 megabytes, so this one actually doesn't take too long. So initially, before you reset, moving everything off your hard drive, 500 gigs, could take potentially a good amount of time. And then of course I have save data, but on Xbox One, save data is local and also uploaded to the cloud, so that if something happened to your Xbox and it just crashed or broke, or the cat puked on it or whatever, and it broke, you would still have all of your save data. And that's not the same. You can't say the same for the 360, although they did upgrade the cloud storage on there today. But all of that stuff is there. I have 2 Xbox Ones. I can jump back and forth to the other one. I can start a game here. I can close down and go out to the other room and sign out, and everything works out great. It takes a few minutes and it downloads everything and it's there. But because I don't care about these particular games right now, because I do actually have them on the other hard drive, I'm going to just leave these on internal. But know that you could move them all over so that internal was blank. And the same goes for apps. Most of these are going to be gone because if you look at my internal list versus my backlog, which is in my other one, I only have the 2 here. But I'm going to purposefully leave them off and re-download them just to kind of show you guys. If you do forget 1 or 2 or don't move them all, I just want you to see what's involved with that. But know that I could move these all over to the internal and I would not have to do a thing. There may be a few apps that you do need to re-download, but you definitely don't need to do every single one of them. So here you can see I have my profile, got my friends list, and I'm on the the leaderboard for the last 30 days here. I got what my friends are doing, and then we're gonna jump here and we're gonna go to settings. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of take a look at settings. I'm going to go into network, and if I have any special network settings, I want to make note of them. I don't think I do here. I don't. Oh, and the Xbox Live core service is experiencing issues, so it figures every time I want to do this I could have a problem, but we're going to go with it. We're going to keep going. I will check and see what those are in just a second. But we go to connect. We have all of my preferences. I kind of know what my preferences are. I mean, I can kind of look at these. I would recommend taking a picture of them with your cell phone. There's only 10 of these here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 10. The different power and startup. I can have it 6 hours of inactivity. There's just a few settings here that you may have to pick what you want again once you get back up. But this is going to be another thing that we're going to have to do. But what I want to do now is go to System, and I will go to Console Info because I'm in the preview on this Xbox. So my operating system version is 621.332.0, and it's the 1508, 1509.03 at 2141. The last automatic update check was today at 5 minutes to 8, and it updated today at 11:30, and the update was successful. So we have that there. So just making note of that stuff and taking pictures of it. I know what most of it is, so I'm not going to bother to do that, but you could if you so desired. And then the next thing we're going to do is going to go to actually back in here to storage, and we want to go to clear local save games or clear local Xbox 360 storage. We don't have to do any of that. I'm gonna leave all of that there, but we are going to click this and restore to factory default. So we click that, and this will erase all accounts, apps, games, saved games, and settings, and remove all home Xbox associations, and the console restarts. But that does not mean that you can't set them all back, and we'll go through how hard that is here in just a second. So when it erases the account, it does not erase the account off of Xbox Live. You can still download your profile. So this is the point where you have to say, do I know my username and password, or my email and password? If you don't do this. I'll say that again. If you don't know your username and password to your account, don't do this. Find that out first, and you can test it by going to the website and logging in into like xbox.com or something like that. So if you don't know your username and password, don't do this. And it's going to erase all of your apps and games, which supposedly or hopefully aren't even on the Xbox. They're on your external hard drive, which is still plugged in. So they're not really going to get erased. Saved games on the local Xbox are going to get erased, but those should be uploaded to Xbox One, or I'm sorry, the Xbox Cloud, because the cloud, because Xbox One loads them to the cloud. Okay. and then all your settings, which we just went over and took the pictures of, and then our home Xbox association, which this is my home Xbox, so that's going to make a difference in this particular case. And then the console restarts. So we're going to just go here and we're going to click restore to factory defaults. And then we just kind of wait, and I might have to pause the recording because it gets a little screwy when it loses video in the middle. Okay, so there it goes. Okay, so my console like shut off and rebooted like twice. It took about a minute and a half, I think it was, something like that, before everything came back on, and I got this picture back, and it says preparing console. Do not turn off or unplug anything. So we're not going to do that. We'll just kind of hang out here and wait a few minutes. Yes, my shirt does say Holy Balls, a zombie T-Rex, if you were wondering. It's backwards because of the way my video settings are. We're gaining a little bit of progress here. I do see it moving ever so slightly. That seems to be picking up. So my total time spent is less than 5 minutes so far. So that's kind of where we're at. It took me more time, obviously, to explain things to you guys than it did to actually do this. All right, so something's happening here. Okay, so I have the picture of the controller, and it's going to tell me to press A. And I pressed A, and I went too fast. I'm going to pick English, so press A. I was connected to the internet because I have my cord in there, so that's good. I am not wireless. If I was not wireless, I probably would not be connected because remember we factory reset, but I'm Team Ethernet here. So I'm from the United States, and it's time to update. So we're going to have to wait for that. A couple of minutes probably. Looking at about 6 or 7 minutes in here maybe, something like that. And while we wait for that, I'll see if I regret doing this because I'm going to find out what the problem with the core services are. So if you've seen my other video, you know where to go. That's on support.xbox.com, and then at the top you can get the service status. Oh, that came up quick. So the core services are limited. It says, hey, Xbox members, are you having trouble creating a new or managing your account? Also, you're having issues changing your gamer tag. We are aware and are working hard to get the issues fixed. Thank you for being patient while we work. We'll post another update when more information becomes available. So it's possible that I may have a problem with this next step. But you remember from back there when I was deciding whether or not I wanted to do this, you see where I saw that warning. So I'm just going to pick Eastern time here. I don't really care about that, so we'll just say next. And I have 2 power options, so I know which one I want to pick. Instant on and fast startup time. It does a pretty good job of kind of explaining what that is. And how do I select it? Oh, it's going through and telling you exactly what the differences are, and it's forcing me to watch it. So that's kind of cool, though, because at least people know. I'm going to go with instant on for this one. So next I need to sign into my Microsoft account. So this one could be a little bit tricky because of that service alert, but we'll see. Okay, so sign in. So it says if you have a Microsoft account, Xbox, Outlook.com or whatever, use that email or phone. Do not click create new account, because if you're doing this process, you should have an account. So I am going to put in the email for my gamer tag, because remember what I said, if you don't know your email and password, don't do this. This is why, because right now you'd be screwed. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back once this is done, and we'll be back, because I'm obviously not going to show you myself signing in because you're just not that lucky. So give me 1 second. Okay, so I ended up putting my username and password in, and then it took me to this, your privacy is in your control, and it explains all of that stuff. So it looks like I was able to at least get my profile, or it recognizes it anyway, so we'll see how far we get. So I'm just going to click next. So for sign in and security preferences, I'm going to say no barriers, because that's in where this is, that's what I need for me. Sign in instantly. I don't have Connect hooked up, so that could be a problem, but it shows here's how I look on Xbox. That's me. So we'll say next, and then I have to pick my color, and it pre-selects the color that I had before, but just for the heck of it, I'm gonna go with this blue. And there it says hi Scratch, and it's showing me logging in. And press the Xbox button to go home from anywhere. So now we're back in. So one thing that we can say that I lost was my background picture. So we know that right away. Everything else seems to be okay here. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to go to the preview dashboard and see if that launches. It does not, so I need to install that. Oh, that was because it wasn't on my list of apps. So we'll install that. Takes just a few minutes. It's not very big. So we'll launch that. So here it is. So opt in to the new Xbox One. We've got the known issues that we were talking about. We'll talk about those in the other video. And then here's the preview fact. So all this stuff seems to look in here. So right now I'm enrolled in the existing Xbox One experience. I could click change, and I could pick a new one. I do not want to pick that one, but I could go to the new Xbox One on this console if I wanted to right now. I don't just yet. So there we have it. So rate the update is all done. The quests are all filled in like they were before. So it looks like all of that data came back with it, because remember, I completely deleted this app, but it's all here. So we'll go back there, and let's go to my games and apps here really quick, and we can see that I have all of these games. They're all showing back up. So these are what was on my hard drive. So my games are here. So let's go to the Stickman Epic, because that was a game that was on my internal hard drive that I copied over to my external hard drive before I did the reset. So we'll click on that. It says just getting my game ready. So this is starting up now. We're just going to get into the game here. And I'm going to press A to start, and everything seems to be loading up. And it's syncing data for Draw a Stickman Epic. And I'm going to say continue. So here we are in Stickman Epic. It's got all of my levels that I had open, and my progress is all here like it was before. So that's pretty good. So I'm just going to get out of that. And remember, I did lose all the games that I did not move over to the external hard drive. So what if I forget one? How do I get them back? So if I go all the way over here to the right, and I have a lot of games, so it takes a few minutes to populate. There it goes. So here's a bunch of games that I do not have installed right now, but if I wanted to grab any of these, I could do so. Right from here, it's telling me what I have there and what I need to get. Same with apps. I only have the basics, so there's quite a few apps that I'll need to get, but just like before, all of the ones that I have are also listed over here, so I can download those if I wanted to, or if I move them, like I said, to the external hard drive, they would be there. So I think you guys get the point of that. So let's go back here to settings. And we'll see that it's got everything here. And I want to go to system. And we want to go to say hello to Dacrick. No, Xbox Junkie 310. Shout out to you. You got lucky there. So we'll go to console info. And we'll see that my operating system is 6.2.1332.0. Release 1508 and the 15903 at 2141. The last automatic update check was never, but it was last updated at 11:28 a.m. So the last automatic update check changed, but the latest status was the update was successful. So that didn't change anything. So no big deal there. It is in fact 6:35 p.m. Excuse me. So my name changed. I forgot to point that out. So the name changed, so I could go here and change that to whatever it is I want. Hello, Xbox Junkie 310 again. Hello, Xbox Junkie 310 again. And so anyways, I could rename this. I'm just going to put living room, because that's where this is. And I need to restart the console. No, actually I'm not going to do this because I don't want to restart, but I could. So we have that there, and then the other thing that I had was like display and sound. Hello, Xbox Junkie 310 again, I'm sure. That's all the time. This is all the time. But that's okay. I love you guys. I do. So I'm at TV resolution 1080p. Auto detect is for the connection. So most of this stuff kind of stayed the same. But I will need to, if I have Connect, you need to reset up Connect completely. I do know that for sure. So I'm going to have to do that when I get Connect hooked back up to this Xbox. But pretty much everything in here, power and startup, we decided earlier. I want on start, go to TV, and turn off after 6 hours of inactivity. And we have all of that stuff there. So if I come in here and I mess with like preferences, remember we took pictures of these, and so you set these all back to the way you want them. It looks like most of them are the same from when I had them before. Oh, we already went in here. That did change because it was to auto detect, but no problems at all. And then everything else is in here. My subscriptions are still intact. My privacy, all of my information, as you can see, my name up here in the corner, my gamer score is still there. We still have all of my friends and all the stuff. If all of that stuff was on a hard drive, with the exception of resetting my settings, which doesn't take that long, half hour tops, it seems as though a factory reset or factory defaults or whatever is pretty painless. So let me know what you guys think, and please, please, please come up with, and be nice about it, but please, please, please come up with caveats and things, and try to collect in the comments down here for other people's benefit, things that maybe I'm not thinking of right now, but at first glance it seems to look as though I'm okay, and that I haven't lost too much, and there's just a few minor inconveniences, but it's not that big of a deal. So collect all that stuff down in the comments, and we will talk about it in another video after we get some things of substance in there that we can go over and address and talk about and warn you guys about. And remember, don't do this if you don't know your username and password. So, all right, we're going to get into the other videos here soon, but I just wanted to say thank you guys for watching. Thanks for the support. You can like, comment, subscribe if you want more videos like this, or interact with me and interact with everybody down below here. I think most of them are pretty cool. You can spam the crap out of me if you want. I don't even get mad. So, until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Okay. Shout out to Xbox Junkie 310. He says, "Hey Scratch, Scart, Scratch, Sratch, I'm faded," and he loves my YouTube channel. Appreciate that, buddy. Even when you're drunk, you're still thinking of me. I appreciate that. So, keep doing what you're doing and keep on keeping on. Appreciate it.